Alright guys, what's up? In the last one of these that I did, I said I was going to show you how I make my protein breakfast smoothie thing, but that video, when I looked at the footage, it was literally like an hour and a half long already, so I was like, what if I just make that a separate video? So it's still the same day. I have that still cooking, so I can put all of those in the fridge and freezer right now, but I figured I would take advantage of the quiet household right now and kind of show you guys what I do. I still have to clean up the kitchen, just high-key a bummer, but it's whatever. Part of cooking, right? Part of cooking is the cleaning. This would be a lot easier as well if I could have dairy. You can add a lot more protein with Greek yogurt. Costco has great Greek yogurt. I used to use that when I still could have that. But now I have to make use with oats and collagen or beef protein. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's all I can have as far as protein powder. So I'm going to show you what to do. Some people may be like, oats are bad. High glycemic value. Yeah, sure. But all I'll say is that it's been working for me and I'm fine. So first things first, we need to get the cup for blending, which is right over here. Cup for blending. Now what I do is, if you know, this is a bulking shake, by the way, and I'll keep having this same shake when I'm cutting too. But what I plan on doing is honestly just not having oats anymore. And then just adding a third scoop of protein powder instead of 2 scoops. So it kind of evens out. But if you know, oats, cut of macros go crazy. So for a cup, which is 2 servings, it is 340 calories with 12 grams of protein, which is pretty solid. I'm doing one final push to gain weight. Others have to have cheat days for their diets. My cheat day consists of me not eating as much because I hate eating this much. For those of you that don't know, I have to eat like 4,000 calories minimum to gain weight, which high-key sucks. So anyways, I'll take a cup of oats, dump it in. So what I'll do, take this cup of oats, and I'll blend it up first. Some people, or I guess you don't have to do this. I don't know, I said some people, but you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I prefer the consistency of having, I don't know, nice texturized powder. Slap this over here. Okay, so now this is good and blended, what we're gonna do, move this over, open up this John over here, grab, so I like a couple different things in this. I put a lot of different things in this actually. I'm gonna move you guys over so hopefully the brightness changes a little bit. Okay, so what I like to do is there's a couple things I put in here because they're good, and there's a couple things in here I like to put in because they taste good. Bulking would also be a lot easier if I could have peanut butter, but I can't do that. Yeah, anyways, or ice cream. Put a couple things ice cream. But so anyways, what I'll do, a couple things that are good that I don't necessarily like a lot is pineapple. Really good anti-inflammation. So I'll drop a couple pieces of pineapple in there. I'm not the biggest fan of blueberries, but I'll drop some blueberries in there. A little bit of those. And then I'm not, again, the biggest fan of mangoes. Mangoes are considered a superfood, so drop a couple mangoes in there. And then I like strawberries. Strawberries, like, they don't really have a lot of, like, great things about them, but I personally like how they taste. So I'll put in a good amount. Just like so. You can kind of see there's about, like, I don't know. There's like 5 strawberries in there per, like, everything else has 5 total. So put all that in there. And then we're going to dump our oats in here. A cup of oats. So right now, calorically, we're probably at, like, maybe a little bit over 500. Just pretty solid start. And then what I go forth with is prime protein, which is a beef isolate, because I can do that. So every scoop is, sorry, touching the mic, is 90 calories and 20 grams of protein. So pretty good macros, I would say. But occasionally, this is pretty expensive, so I'm probably gonna stop buying this. It's cheaper for me just to go to Costco, pick up this. It's like 20 or 30 bucks, as opposed to this, which is, I don't even know, like 45. The only consolation with this collagen peptide is that I have to use a little bit more than 2 scoops, which it's 19 grams of protein and 80 calories. So about the same serving size. Either way, anyways, so I'll dunk this in, and I'll usually do, I think I'll do 2 scoops on average. So, boom, there's 1, and then right there, boom, there's 2. And then as well, because I'm bulking, so I'll have this usually in the morning as my breakfast, as I said. So I'll make sure to put in my creatine. I bought this also from Costco. I really like Costco just because it's nice to get everything in bulk. It didn't come with a measuring spoon. I kind of generally know how much 5 grams is, and I'm trying to do a little bit more than that anyway, so I'll just kind of stick my hand in here for now. Sometimes I'll, like, go and, like, grab a spoon out, or I have another supplement, L-glutamine, that has a 5 gram server, but for now, just using my hands because I don't really care that much. I drink enough water where it doesn't really matter if I have slightly more creatine, and if I have slightly less, it's not going to go crazy. We are actually going to grab the L-glutamine. This peptide is great for digestion, and you know, I'm just going to dump the rest of that in there because there's not very much. And then I'm going to put this spoon inside the Optimum Nutrition creatine. I'm not a big fan of it. I got it because it was a good deal and it was in bulk, obviously, at Costco. It has 135 servings, which is amazing for like 25, 30 bucks. But it doesn't come with a serving spoon, and it's super grainy, which is like, if you're not mixing it in something, it's kind of like, but you can't really complain with that price point, honestly. So we got the L-glutamine in there for the good digestion and gut inflammation, gut health, which is super important to making sure you're optimizing all the nutrients that you're getting. Your body can actually take it all in, as well as it just helps with general stomach discomfort. So now that that's in there, we're trying to gain weight. So carb powder, I'll usually do a scoop of this because it'll kind of make it pretty foamy. You can just get it on Amazon. It has 60 servings. Per scoop has it has 100 calories, and it also has, quote unquote, an electrolyte optimizer, which has some of like the, you know, standard electrolytes, and then it has quote unquote rapid glycogen preload system, and then it has sodium, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, calcium, whatever. Anyways. So it's pretty good. I think I got it for like 20 bucks on Amazon. I recommend, what I'll do is I'll actually mix this with my pre-workout shake, and just so I can have some continuous carbs, because I'll sip my pre-workout through my workout, and I can have some a continuous supply of carbs so my muscles don't get fatigued, so I can kind of push a little bit harder. So that's something I've been doing, and honestly just having a little bit of the extra carbs has helped me gain some weight. So that's always a plus. So anyways, we're going to unscrew this. And the server is pretty big serving size. Going to dump in there. And usually I'll put all the dry stuff in little baggies so I can just have it prepped, ready to go. Because I wake up kind of late sometimes in the mornings, so I can just have that ready to go for school. And then obviously put some water in there to get all of this powder all mixed up. Anyways, I think so. Before we were at 500, then we added a little bit. We were at a little bit over 500. Then we added basically 180 calories with the protein, and then another 100. So we're probably sitting somewhere around like 800, maybe more. So that's pretty good for like one meal, which I can realistically down this in like less than 20 minutes. Like if I need to, I could probably down it in like 10 minutes. It's just a lot of substance, so I try not to do that. But if I needed to, I could. And now the final thing that I'll add is, come over here, add some pomegranate juice. Great antioxidants, just like the blueberries. But, you know, kind of a little bit different. I like the flavor of this too, so that helps. And sometimes I'll add in a little bit of honey, which actually I might do today because I'm kind of feeling it. Here we go, a little bit of honey. Honestly, honey is a crazy superfood. I love honey. If you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen me put it on like sweet potatoes and ground beef on occasion. But honey, especially the raw, unfiltered kind, is really the way to go. Now, I usually just blend this on one. Make sure everything gets real blended. I'll let it rest for a sec because I don't really want to burn out the motor. But you know, while this is blending, putting away my my ingredientes, and we're gonna mix it again. Cool. Let's see. You can really see. It's kind of like a light pink. You know, it's a little bit interesting flavor because of the beef protein. But I'll also grab a spoon just to make sure everything gets all mixed in. I'd say for someone who has like pretty extreme dietary restrictions, but also who is determined to meet goals, this is like a staple. Like people will see me drinking this in like first and second period, and it's just a staple. Just it frames my day. I get some good energy, some good protein. Let's see. So if we get 20 from the protein powder, we get 12. Or sorry, we get 40 from the protein powder. We get 12 from the oats. Yeah, that's 52. I'm trying to think if there's any other protein. I used to put Greek yogurt in and I'd get a little bit more, but then my allergy progressed and I couldn't really do that anymore. But if you can do that, I highly recommend it. Trying to think. There's probably a minuscule amount of protein, probably like 1 gram with all of the fruits added together. And then additionally, I don't think there's any in the carb powder, but let me check real quick. No, there is not, but that's okay. On occasion, sometimes I'll do 3 scoops of protein. Again, just kind of depends when I need more. like for my prep week, I'll probably be adding more protein, because I'll be needing more protein, less calories. Anywho, once that is all done and mixed, what I'll do is I will grab my little bucked up cup right here. Super great size. It's the shaker cup. It's like 24 ounces, I believe. Let me see. Well, it's 20 down to here, and then there's an additional like top. So really you get a lot of space. That is also another staple of mine. People will see me walking around with the bucked up cup. If you don't know, I'm an ambassador for them. So you can use my code. I think it's either siah or siah20. Or maybe it's, I don't know. I might have changed it. I don't even know. I'll put it up. I'll put it up in the video. But you can use that code if you're looking to get yourself some pre-workout or whatever else. I've been really enjoying a lot of the pre-workout that I've tried from them. So I highly recommend. Pretty good pumps, good focus, good energy. As I've said in previous videos, I'm a pretty busy guy. I take a lot of like advanced classes. I do a lot of things outside of school. I work about 24 hours a week in addition to school. So I really need to get a lot of that good nutrition in, but also sometimes having that caffeine really is important for getting those as much as I can out of those workouts, especially as I near closer and prepare for that show in March. I really want to make as most of every single gym excursion as I can. So sometimes pre-workout is another necessary staple. Kind of don't like using that much caffeine, but it is what it is. And this will be my little pre-workout like sub-dinner type thing. I don't even know. Cheers, guys. Haven't had it in a while. Kind of got used to not having it. Got used to just kind of making my own food. But it's a good meal on the go. As I said, good for the bulk. Over 800 calories, over 50 grams of protein. Can't complain there, right? Anyways, if this was helpful or you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe, whatever I'm supposed to say, honestly. Hope you guys are doing well. Catch you in the next one. Peace.